This is the story of a man's downfall and the journey in his life and how he gets dismantled. So much weight to his back, till no more he can handle, when the flame goes out on his flickering candle. In this story we follow a guy through the struggle, the strain and the pain he finds, all the blood and the sweat and all the tears he's cried, till the very last second, last breath of his life. He grew up on a crack addict estate. He was surrounded by evil, crime and hate. The age of 8 with no way to escape this dark place of rape and selling drugs to kids at the school gate. A place where crime was your way of a wage. Another day was a day as a dog in a cage, being poked and revoked, resulting in rage. It was a land of class A's and sharpened blades. Everywhere you went someone was shot in the tin. There was never really no one ever stopping the sin. His mother always had a hand round a bottle of gin, and his father disappeared like the air was thin. Yeah, you could say he was living it grim. At the age of 12 he was a tough little kid, always with a bruise or another fat lip, and always up to no good and always telling little fibs. Time ticks so he gets a little older, the weather gets a little colder, now the boy's a soldier, marching down the street on a mission to eat, with no dough in his pocket, just a chip on his shoulder. One day he puts the key in his door, opens up the door to find his mom on the floor. He falls down beside her and starts shaking her with force. It's no good, she's a pale stiff corpse. Holds her in his arms, tears down his cheek, rocking back and forth, whispering on repeat, I love you mom, I hope that you rest in peace. You're in a better place now, so enjoy it please. Gone too soon, too young of an age. It turns out the alcohol had overflown the veins. That's another load of weight to go and add to his chains. The boy's strong, but now he's really feeling the pain. He never had it good right from the start, and he still never complained that life was hard. But that's another fresh cut to go and add to the scars, as the little good he has left is ripped from his heart. He turns to cocaine to drain away the pain, but the pain just stays and multiplies the rage. And to support his habit he starts carrying the blade down the alley of the streets, mugging people for change. Always on the hunt for some money to make, and the easiest way was just to go for the take. Barely any sleep and he hardly ever ate. It was cocaine that mostly filled this boy's plate. So deep with the drug abuse, he didn't have enough money to provide a roof. It was cold nights waking up in the park, living on the street, sleeping under the stars. A couple more years pass, to add to his back, the cocaine turned to crack and the crack to smack. Now he's squatting in the flat, 12 smackheads compact, dirty needles in the floorboards filling the cracks. Broken windows and not one bed, just the smallest television in the corner on the desk. Smack stained veins and a ton of regret. His head's messed, now he's really living life on the edge. Looking for a victim late one night, with dry blood on the blade of his knife. He needs some money to fill up the needle, keeping him high and keeping the pain of reality from eating him alive. He spots a young girl crossing the street, then she walks down an alley, so he follows her quick. Then he chucks her to the floor and puts the blade to her lips. Give me all your money, bitch, or I'll cut off your tits. He takes all the money out of her purse, but then decided he wanted much more than what he just earned. He beats her around the face, then lifts up her skirt. The girl's terrified as she screams and hurt. He grabs her by the hair, smacks her head to the ground. I'm gonna fucking kill you if you make another sound. She starts sobbing as he pulls her knickers down, wishing to be found, but there's no one around. Now I can't tell you what was going through his mind as he rapes this girl. The man's blind and there's no control in himself as he tries to stop what he's doing to this poor girl with the tears in her eyes. He finishes the job, the girl's being bled. He ignores that the floor's just a puddle of red. He zips up his flies, then he kicks her in the head. Then he walks away, leaving the girl for dead. Couple days later in the flat he sits, with the television on, just watching shit. He's feeling sick about the shit that he did, and when he tries to forget, all he does is reminisce. The program ends about youths and booze, so the news is the next channel what they choose. The same girls on the news, all bruised and abused, telling everyone about the way that she got used. He stops dead, he can't believe his eyes, but he can tell that's the girl by the way that she cries. His lungs turn cold and his heart to ice. He's destroyed, now he's had to lay his eyes on this girl twice. He can't move from his place and he can't help but stare at the poor girl in the face, full of cuts and bruises. You can tell she's afraid of this sick, twisted world full of evil and hate. Now that's the point where the weight on his back became so heavy and his bones started to crack. The colour of the room turns white and black, with the crying of the girl echoing in the back. The roof caves in, the walls crumble around him. He starts panicking, he can't breathe, he's drowning. There's fire everywhere and the flames surround him. As he's falling into darkness, the demons are growling. He locks himself in a room possessed. If only a father were there, he would have confessed. Drenched in sweat, but he's freezing to death with cold breaths. He feels like his heart's jumping out of his chest. Steadily he pulls out his knife, the same knife that he's carried with him most of his life, the same knife that he's used against innocent lives. Then he joins the echo of the girl and starts to cry. He puts the knife to his wrist, he takes one deep breath, then slits it to bits. Back against Against the wall in his blood he sits. Then his heart slows down till his heartbeat quits. One last breath, then his eyes close shut. Never to be open again, they're sewn up. The bloodstained knife falls out of his hand, and that's the end of the story of a broken